Now, we don't have much of a break, but the first session will be a status update, and there will be a bunch of news, and I'll be having a discussion with Mark Wenger from PayPal. We ready to go, Mark? Okay, thank you.
All right, how
Thank
you doing?
you.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Okay, yes, he's a sponsor. I understand that. But as much as we try not to be pay-for-play, I believe in the power and the potential of what PayPal can do for this industry, and I wanted to make sure that we went and looked at what they're doing, and he had a bunch of news to offer this show today, correct?
Yep.
And I truly believe that the commerce people, who are the sort of unseen, infrastructure that would bring a lot of money to this industry and provide for the new opportunities to do new things, is the sort of the capillaries of what will make the body of this industry work.
Yep, agreed.
And the blood will flow through those veins. So,
We hope so.
Can you give me a little bit of a sense? Let's look at your numbers. Should we look at some numbers?
Yeah, so just a quick update on PayPal. First of all, we're really excited to be here. Obviously, we are always excited to sponsor TVOT. PayPal is changing like crazy. And let me just start by asking a cool question. How many people in the audience have a PayPal account? Great. This is always the best of the best audiences, Tracy.
I think so.
So for our users, you may not have noticed yet, but PayPal, obviously we've all grown up using PayPal on the PC. And PayPal has continues to grow at double-digit rates, both on revenue and the volume. And pretty much we process a good portion of all of global e-commerce. A few years ago, the mobile took off. And now we have 25% of our users are mobile users. And 10% of our volume is through mobile. And of course, overall, our users, we have 128 million active users globally. On the merchant side, we have 9+ million merchants globally. And so we bring consumers and merchants together on new platforms, whether it be the traditional e-commerce platform, mobile commerce, tablets, and more now we're moving into the offline world as well. So many of you, if you go shopping at Home Depot or some of the major retailers around the United States today, you can pay with PayPal right at the point of sale. And just last summer, we announced a partnership with Discover. And pretty soon, for those of you with PayPal accounts that get the PayPal card, you'll be able to pay with PayPal at any merchant in the U.S. that takes Discover. So we just recently announced that we're live with 250,000 merchants. By the end of the year, we'll be live with 2 million. And then in a few years, completely ubiquitous. So PayPal, when you think about PayPal, it's no longer just online, it's offline. It's all of commerce across any platform, and that's really why we're excited about television, because we just see that as just another great platform where consumers can engage with our merchants and really drive through the future of sort of this omni-channel commerce vision.
I mean, television is across, is wherever video is. It's not just the big TV.
Yep.
But, of course, that's an important place. But video can exist, in an augmented reality environment. It can exist on tablets, and as you said, just on the screen when you're shopping, you could get video right there.
Yep. So that's where I think generally in this community, the term television is probably shifting towards video in general. And PayPal, we see the power of contextual commerce, and that's why we're excited about this space. We've always seen where a consumer is heavily engaged in an activity, how that drives high commerce conversion rates, dramatically higher at multitudes of 10, 20, 30 times. And so given how powerful video is, given how much consumers are in front of it, it just makes sense to add a commerce layer to it, as long as you do it in a great consumer fashion. It just makes sense to add a commerce layer, because that's where the consumers are, and that drives conversion. And that's why this medium, just video in general, is so powerful, however it comes through.
I still think it's an emerging concept for a lot of people who develop interactive television. We're so obsessed with the storytelling, the video, the advertising, and yet the advertisers, who everybody wants to do business with, have an ability to do, direct ROI. And at some point, I hope they understand the power and the potential of building that. So please, in all of your daily meetings, try to explain to them, if they get direct ROI, their clients are going to be much more supportive of putting money into this industry.
That's what we think will be the most powerful use case, of course, initially, is in advertising. Consumers can accept coupons through a commercial, and then they go into the store offline, they pay with PayPal, and then the merchant who's advertising sees those statistics, those conversion statistics all the way through, so for sure.
All right, so let's do that status update. Last year, you came with Tony Werner, CTO of Comcast. Thank you, Tony, wherever you are. And
That was
you made
fantastic.
a pretty big announcement that you had a relationship with them.
Yep,
Want to quickly tell me how that's going? And you announced TiVo at the time as well.
yep, that's right.
And, that's a
Sure.
very big announcement. We have more news to discuss today.
We do, but quick status update. So obviously, Comcast, leader in everything they do in this industry. They're our lead partner in this space, and we continue to collaborate and have a great relationship with them. Obviously, things move a little slowly in the space, but you can be assured that good things are coming in the future, and we're still really excited to be partnered with them. And then obviously, TiVo, extremely innovative. They're actually our neighbors down Santa Clara, San Jose, and so we've been working with them, and we're excited to see some things come out of that relationship as well. So both those relationships are ongoing and doing well. And then just recently, a few months ago, we announced on the LG Smart TV that PayPal is accepted as a payment method there as well. So working with LG and excited about that announcement too.
Do you want to? I just want to mention, by the way, that PayPal was there at the hackathon. Gak Wee Lo, are you here?
Yep.
There you are. It's still an emerging idea, I think, even for hackers. But once they, so we're working on that. But one of the finalists who will be here today did actually embrace PayPal, not necessarily the secret, super stealth stuff that you offered. So we're going to keep trying to do that. But
And I've got a couple picks. So at the hackathon,
yeah.
PayPal, we've been working, we're sort of one screen, two screen, we're not overly worried about that debate. We're just trying to work in parallel, innovate as fast as we can on both paths. At the hackathon, we rolled out some digital watermarking libraries just to kind of make open and see if we can get that going. We think that's a great experience. I have a couple slides to show you there.
Okay.
And the concept there is, you're watching your favorite television show, maybe it's an award show, and it's the red carpet, and you want to buy what that actress or actor is wearing. And maybe a little icon that comes up and says, hey, you can purchase this dress, and maybe you're watching with the award app on the tablet sitting on your lap. And ideally, then your app just syncs with your TV in a great fashion, just using digital watermarks. And so in the one screen versus two screen, you go through the purchase process. You can go ahead and purchase it right there on your couch. Obviously, you pay with PayPal. And then this is all off-the-shelf standard stuff for us. So again, so the one screen, two screen, we're working pretty actively on both paths. And this was just maybe the most recent innovation that we're testing out, and that's what we roll out the hackathon, and so hopefully we'll see some of that in the future too.
We just have to get the word out. You did discuss the one screen versus two screen topic.
Yeah.
Much into that. So maybe we want to discuss a piece of news. Yes.
Sure. We can jump to that.
Ready to that?
So PayPal, I think just brief intro into the news is that, you talked about the value proposition that PayPal can bring to this community, and we're really excited to be part of the community. We can bring sort of the transaction back end. After the technology gets put in place and rolled out at scale, after the consumer experiences get figured out, we can bring that transaction platform, we can bring the consumers, and I think our biggest value proposition, will actually be that we can bring the merchants to the table as well. And so today we're launching a new micro website called paypal.com/television. And for any of PayPal's 9+ million merchants globally, and so most merchants accept PayPal today on their website, they can go to this site, and if they want to learn more about interactive TV, especially the commerce portion, they can learn about offers, donations, purchases, and then we sort of tell them how you can get started. I think to date there hasn't been sort of a one place where merchants, any type of merchant, can get started in ITV. And so we want to get out there and educate the merchant community and arm the PayPal sales force to get out there and work with our merchants and try and scale this thing and get some more activity.
Well, how are you going to communicate to them that this is something that they should read and absorb, and how are you going to educate them other than just providing that site?
So I will tell you, the buzz is out there, and since we did the announcement last year, and then obviously all the great work in the community, we have all of our largest merchants coming and asking us, hey, what are you doing in television? And so little by little, this is becoming recognized as a medium for commerce in the future. Obviously they all think today their retail store, mobile, tablet, and obviously their traditional e-commerce site. But I think in a year or two, television will be sort of that fourth online medium. And they're coming and asking us questions, and this is our way to sort of educate them and respond. So this is a tool PayPal's throwing in. The rest of the community I know is actively out talking to merchants. So I think all of us together, we're starting to scale and get the momentum going, and I think that's how things are going to kick off.
Maybe there's a way, maybe it would be great through ITVT or TVOT, but maybe there's a way to allow the people here and the companies to help educate into that particular community, bring videos, bring news, perhaps.
Yep.
I'm making suggestions, but
For sure, and we launched this today, and anyone on their mobile smartphone, it's mobile enabled, you can look at it this afternoon or even this morning, it's live right now. And then over time, all of our ITV partners will be listing it on this site. We'll probably start doing that later this week. And so this is where merchants can come and learn about the community, learn about the technology, just figure out how to get started. And so we're hoping this will be a great tool to get things going.
Okay. We only have a few more minutes, so
Sure.
there's another important piece of news that you'd like to announce.
Yeah, and so for that, we'd like to invite up Mike Fitzsimmons from CEO of Delivery Agent.
Does he have a wireless mic? He needs some.
No.
We need a.
We need a mic.
Chris, we need a wireless mic. Hey, Mike, how are you doing?
Good to see you, Mike.
You
Yeah.
can sit right here next to me. Yeah.
So, obviously, Delivery Agent is a leading innovator in the space, and PayPal's been
Thank you.
had a relationship, or eBay Inc. has had a relationship with Delivery Agent for 5-6 years now, actually across a number of different businesses. And so we're really excited today to announce a new partnership with Delivery Agent as well. Be another great ITV integrator that we can bring to our large merchant community and try and really scale some great experiences. So, thanks, Mike. I'll turn it over.
Before you talk, actually, I think this is a very important alliance because not only did you make a manufacturer alliance, right, a connected TV alliance, and you made the pay TV, a big
Yep.
company who could distribute it and light it up in a second.
Yep.
Now you're talking with probably the most busy commerce provider who's been working nonstop, not entirely in stealth mode, but certainly you're not, other than appearing here, I don't think you talk very much publicly about what you do. You just get it done. We need you you're here every year, but you're providing the sort of unseen, behind the channels relationships with the broadcasters, and they're very busy. And someday I want you to reveal the statistics or give me more detail and data, other than offline, off the record to me, about how all these projects are doing. And because you have built this infrastructure in fulfillment, and you've built the groundwork, you've built the the musculature, I think, to some extent, right? I think you're in a great position to help PayPal reach out to the broadcasters, right, which are the backbone of our community. So, how was that for a setup?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't know,
Okay.
I don't know where to go. I think a couple things that, first of all, that we're so excited about this partnership. If you think about a number of the trials that we've done over the last few years, whether it's with legacy operators like a Cablevision or Verizon Fios, or some of the more advanced platforms like the Shazams of the world and some of those players, the one thing that has constantly been a challenge in this whole ecosystem is the friction in the actual checkout process. So what's exciting about our partnership with PayPal is really being able to solve that last mile, if you will, and with their new APIs and the ability to kind of do that in a fully embedded experience. What you're going to be seeing from us now in terms of both single screen and second screen applications is literally that ability to do a two-click checkout using your PayPal credentials, and you're off to the races. So I think, as we all know that are close to this industry, that's been a major part of the challenge. I think I need to echo what Mark said too, that we've seen kind of unparalleled demand from both advertisers and large merchants as it relates to T-commerce. So as Delivery Agent's foundation has been about powering commerce for large broadcasters, we're moving quickly to extend our platform offering to the largest retailers in the world. So we'll be announcing in the next 12 months, a half dozen kind of internet retailer top 100 merchants that are going to be active on our platform, enabling both transactions from 30-second spots, as well as the ability to go on through the television and shop and buy across a merchant's entire product catalog. So there's a lot of exciting stuff happening, and we view PayPal as a great conduit to help us accelerate adoption from those merchants.
And you're on Samsung right now. How are you going to get Samsung to use that more, and the services that are on Samsung to use that more? I mean, explain to me that working with, let's say, a connected TV provider like that, how are you going to make that happen more?
So we have rolled out an application called Shop TV, and Shop TV is a marketplace application that is preloaded on all of the smart TV partners that we work with. So a good example of Samsung and all the 2013 TVs, much like where you would see Netflix or Hulu, you will see a Shop TV application that will be basically the point at which we will be able to onboard any merchant or advertiser who wants to sell their goods through the television itself. We're following a similar path with many of the other smart TV manufacturers. We're going to be announcing a number of other relationships in Q3 and Q4, as well as, I would say, MVPDs in general, where we have the same application capability, and we're doing some exciting things.
All right. Thank you. I'm like I said before, and we're going to need to close on this, but getting this working, getting people to build an ecosystem where individual communities can watch television, chat, do social TV, synchronize with their favorite shows, buy a mug, whatever it is, or trade art. Like in the Star Trek universe, they've been trading art and creating an economy, you know, behind the scenes. I mean, if you could model yourself after the Star Trek community, and you all will make a lot of money and do interesting, exciting things.
Getting free advice.
My vision someday is that the world can set up their own, you know, discussion groups on every single show, whether it's on YouTube or on Broadcaster, and be able to log in and buy something if they want to, enable it if they want to, and get all of the services that you provide. But and maybe it's just a whole new set of events going forward, where the pie of all of that and how that gets done and how you manage the license rights and the, you know, needs to be figured out. So we're still moving in that direction. So thank you very much. Thanks for putting all those things in place, those railroad tracks, more metaphors. Thank you very much.
Great.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Great. Thanks.
Okay. I'll see you guys.
All right. Yep.
All right. All right. We're going to go into... I'm going to stand up. All right, you guys. We have a couple of minutes to get to the next session, but we're going to do a whole another session on the larger ecosystem for T-commerce. And you're staying here,
Yep.
and you're staying here. Harvey Kent is going to moderate because Seth is delayed. Here he is from New York. He'll be here a little later. So you have a couple minutes, and then we're going to get started. Thank you.
Can we give that back to somebody?
We'll give it to Harvey.